Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Donahue. Happy to be here with you and share with you part 3 of your new consultant training. I'm a Premier Level 5 and Lexus earner on Team Daring Greatly. I've been with Rodan & Fields for 5 years now, and I'm going to share with you some of the nuts and bolts that you need to know to have a successful business. So essentially, we're going to talk about how to maximize the compensation system. But I do want to give you a disclaimer first. We've had some great training up till now from Jen Fairbanks, and I want to just really stress that the information she has shared with you is really the bedrock of growing a healthy business. Having three-way calls, one-to-ones, doing training calls with your upline, talking to people, just talking to people a lot is what's going to grow your business faster than anything else. So what I'm going to share with you today are just more behind the scenes, understanding our structure and our system, but I don't want it to distract you from doing what's really important, which is getting out there, talking to people, and growing your business. So I hope this is helpful. I hope it answers some questions, but I hope it doesn't take you off your game and move your focus in the wrong direction. So with that little disclaimer, let's get started. Most of the time, after a few weeks in business, we start to question what's happening. So I've gotten a PC perhaps, or I signed my first consultant. What does that mean? Have I made any money? How does this all work? In addition, you may have been seeing emails and information about programs and incentives, and you might be wondering, how does this impact me? Can I earn that? So I'm going to talk to you today some about how to earn those things, how to maximize your paycheck, and how to get the paycheck that you want. So the first thing we need to talk about is just some standards and goals that you need to keep in mind. Before we do, though, I want you to understand how you get paid. And that basically is RF Payday. So by now you should have received in the mail a little card that looks like a credit card that has a picture of the doctors on it. And it's not a credit card. It's a debit card that you can load with your income. So to do that, you need to set up your RF Payday account. There are lots of ways to access RF Payday, but probably the simplest is just to log into Pulse. And right on your dashboard in the upper left-hand corner, there are shortcuts. And one of the shortcuts is RF Payday. Click on that shortcut and it will walk you through setting up your account. You'll have to set up a password, and then you can link bank accounts to your RF Payday account if you choose to. And then the Payday account is automatically linked to the card you received in the mail. So then when you get your first paycheck, paychecks come between the 10th and the 15th of the month, usually around the 12th or 13th, but somewhere in that window. And what happens is you'll get an email that says your RF Payday account has just been loaded. So then you can log in and see the money, and you can decide where you want to put that money. Perhaps you want to put it all to a bank account. Maybe you want to break it up into 2 or 3 different bank accounts. Maybe you want to put some to your bank account, some to your RF credit card. Whatever you want to do, you decide where that money goes. But that's how you get money from our company. That's how your money comes to you. So now that you understand that, let's talk about how you're going to get money to come into that account. So the first thing to understand is some standards and goals you're going to want to keep in mind. Usually when you hear leaders talk about this, what they'll say is you want to make sure you have your buckets full. So I'm going to explain to you a little more what are these buckets that people are talking about. And to do that, one of the easiest ways to do it is to share a graphic with you. So when we talk about buckets, this is really what we're referring to here. These buckets, every consultant has 2 buckets that they need to keep full in order to have a paycheck. So the first bucket is your SV, or sales volume. So sales volume is basically filled several different ways, but it essentially comes back to the purchases that you make. Your SV has to be at least $100 in order for you to be commissionable. So to have an SV of $100, most consultants have Pulse. Those are your websites. Pulse costs you $24.95 a month if you're in the United States. And in the US, $20 of that counts towards your SV. So just by paying for your websites every month, you've got $20 going into that SV bucket. The other thing that consultants like to enroll in is CRP. That stands for Consultant Replenishment Program. That's replenishing your supplies of products. So every month you get to pick and choose what you want. It ships on whatever date you enrolled. So if you became a consultant on the 10th, your CRP would ship every month on the 10th. If you became a consultant on the 15th, it would ship every month on the 15th. If you became a consultant anytime after the 20th, your CRP date automatically goes back to shipping on the 20th. So if you pick your products, it's a minimum of $80. And again, that fills your CRP or your SV bucket. So if you add up 80 from CRP, 20 from Pulse, you get to that $100 of SV. The other way you can contribute to your SV is through retail orders. So if a customer goes online, they do not want to be a preferred customer. They want to pay full price and they want to pay shipping. So they place a retail order. That goes into your SV bucket as well. I do not recommend that. Most consultants do not fill their SV bucket that way because you don't make as much money on the retail orders, but it's an option. So the first standard, you have to make sure that your SV bucket has $100 in it throughout the month. The second standard is your PSQV bucket. PSQV stands for Personally Sponsored Qualifying Volume. What the heck does that mean, right? So personally sponsored qualifying volume, PSQV, is all the business that you personally do in a month. So it's any preferred customers who order from you. It's any new consultants who order business kits from you. And it's any of your direct consultants who order their CRP or Pulse that month. All of that goes into your PSQV bucket. Now, you get your first promotion by getting your PSQV up to $600. Now, you can do that. That's not hard. In fact, usually that's just a couple orders that's going to get you there. And as soon as you do, your pay increases by 5%. Your commission goes up. So initially, your goal for your PSQV bucket is to get it to 600. But my encouragement to you is to shoot more for our team standard of excellence. Our team standard of excellence is a minimum of 1,000 PSQV in your PSQV bucket each month. But why go for the minimum, right? Let's say you want to earn a $500 paycheck, well, you're going to want to focus on having that PSQV bucket around $1,800. So that should give you a little bit of an idea of what our buckets look like and which buckets you need to have full every month. All right, so now that you understand those basics, the standards and the minimums, we're going to stop screen sharing. I want to talk a little more about how you make money. I want you to understand our compensation system. Now, really the easiest way to do this is to look at your first paycheck. Even if you only had a couple customers order from you, looking at that paycheck is going to make it a lot more clear where the money's coming from. So you may find that in a couple weeks when you get your first paycheck, you want to come back and reference this video again to answer some questions and have your paycheck side by side with this video explanation. But in the meantime, let me just tell you where you're making money. So first of all, you make money on product. Your product income happens in two ways. First, you make the difference between the sale price and the wholesale price of a product. So if you sell a product for $100, our typical markup is 25%. So the wholesale price is $75. You made $25 on that $100 item. Okay, that's pretty simple. Now do keep in mind that that wholesale retail markup could change. So for instance, our preferred customers, they get a 10% discount. So on that $100 item, they didn't pay $100, they paid $90. So you made the difference between $90 and $75, which would be $15. So if the price fluctuates, your wholesale retail markup would fluctuate as well. The second way that you make money on product is on all of your preferred customer orders, you also make commission. So remember I said we don't sell a lot of product for retail. That's the reason why. If you want to make commission on it, it needs to be one of your preferred customer orders. So it goes in your PSQV bucket. So your commission starts at 10%. And as soon as you make executive consultant, which is $600 in PSQV, your commission goes up to 15%. So you get paid twice on each product. You get that commission, and you also get the difference between the sale price and the wholesale price. Now, keep in mind, when you add consultants to your team, they're buying product, a business kit, at wholesale. So that contributes to your PSQV. So for instance, whichever kit they select, that has a commissionable value to it. The personal results kit in the United States, that costs $395. So that's worth $300 PSQV. The big business launch kit in the United States, it's $695. That's worth 600 PSQV. And the RFX Express kit is valued at $995 in the United States, and it's got a $900 commissionable value that goes to your PSQV. So that's another way that you boost your earnings and boost your PSQV. Now, you can also make money leading a team, and I'll explain more about that in a minute, but I do want to explain right now our bonus system. So our bonuses are all captured in our Fast Start bonus program. So if you have questions on the terms and conditions of this bonus, you can search the word Fast Start in Pulse in the Business Development Library, and there are all kinds of explanations for how it works. But I'm going to give you the quick rundown. So Fast Start has 3 components. The first component is a recruitment bonus. So if you are adding consultants to your team, the company wants to pay you for coaching them and training them. So every time you add 2 consultants in a month, you earn a $250 bonus. For each additional consultant, you get another $150. So 3 consultants would be $400. 4 consultants would be $550. It just keeps going up throughout the month as you add new consultants. Now, in order to qualify, these consultants have to purchase a business kit. So just adding people on the personal results on the portfolio, the business portfolio, does not count as recruiting. They have to actually be wanting to work this business and show us that by purchasing products. The second component of the Fast Start bonus is a chance for you to earn your kit back. So there's the first way you would do that is by promoting to level 2 by the end of your 3rd month. So whatever month you enrolled in is month 1, and then you get 2 more months to get to level 2. So if you ordered your business kit, let's say July 25th, July would be month 1. Then you have August and September, and by the end of September, if you've promoted to level 2, you would get the entire cost of your business kit back as a bonus. Now, I'm going to explain more in a minute about what these different levels are, but just keep level 2 in your head because that's going to be an important goal. The third part of the Fast Start bonus is it gives you another chance to earn your entire cost of your business kit back if you promote to level 3 by the end of your 6th month in business. So again, let's go back to our consultant who enrolled in July. She's got July, August, September, October, November, December. If she's a level 3 by the end of December, she will get the entire cost of her business kit back as a bonus. Now, the cool thing about that, and the thing that gets me really excited about it, is that these bonuses are not mutually exclusive. So if you maybe don't quite make it to level 2 by the end of your 3rd month, but you do make it to level 3 by the end of your 6th month, you can still get the bonus. If you do both, you make it to level 2 and level 3, you just get the bonus twice. So it's a very generous program that lets you have multiple opportunities to get a nice big bonus to get you started. All right, so now that we've talked about levels, I better explain promotions because hopefully you're thinking, I want to earn my business kit back. So tell me how to make it to level 2 or level 3. Well, let me explain our different levels. Everybody who starts as a consultant. So by ordering a business kit, you are a consultant. Your first promotion comes when you have $600 of PSQV. Remember, that means you've promoted to executive consultant. That gives you an extra 5% commission on your activity and that of your personal team. Now, you re-earn that every month. Next, after you've made EC, you move into the level promotions. We have level 1 all the way up to level 5. Now, those basically unlock for you additional income, and they're based on growing your business team. So a level 1 is someone who has 1 direct EC leg. So a business partner who has made EC is considered an EC leg. So if you've recruited 1 person, that person has 600 in PSQV, they're an EC, then you've promoted to level 1. Now, what that does for you is unlocks 5% earnings one level out. So if you think of it like a spider web, you're in the middle. Anybody you find is your first level out. Anyone they find is your second level out. Anyone they find is your third level out. It just keeps expanding. So as you unlock levels, you unlock earnings on each of those levels. So a level 2 is someone with 2 EC legs, and they earn 5% 2 levels out. A level 3 has 4 EC legs, and they earn 5% 4 levels out. A level 4 has 6 EC legs, and they earn 5% 4 levels out. And a level 5 has 8 EC legs and earns that 5% on all 5 levels of their organization. So in the beginning, focusing on level 2 and level 3 are great places to put your energy, especially because we found statistically consultants who hit level 2 and level 3 almost always go on to hit level 5 and unlock the big earning potential of our company. So it's a great goal because not only will it get you off to a fast start, but it'll help you make the most of our compensation plan. Now, we do have additional promotions. Once you've hit level 5, you have what we consider width. You've added consultants all the way across. You've got at least 8 EC legs. Well, then what we want to focus on is developing leaders. So the next promotion is Premier, and that means not only do you have width, at Premier you'd have 10 EC legs, but one of them is also a level 5 leader. From there, you can earn the free Lexus, which is based on overall team volume. And then your next promotions are Elite, which means you have 3 direct level 5s, as well as 12 EC legs. And then the final promotion is RFX. RFX has 5 direct level 5s and 15 EC legs. At RFX, you unlock 2.5% on your 6th level out. Now, I don't want you worrying too much about writing all that down or how soon can I get to Elite? How soon can I get to RFX? Most people take several years at least to get to those very top levels in our pay company. And that's okay. You shouldn't feel pressure to get to the very top level in your first 6 months in business. What I want you to understand, though, is that there is enormous earning potential within our company. The people who unlock that earning potential are people who look at this long term. People who say, I'm in it for 3 or 4 or 5 years if that's what it takes, because I know the potential that's coming. Now, not everyone has to have that focus. If you're more looking at, how can I earn $500 a month? Or what would it take to get a $1,000 paycheck? We have a place for you too. So don't let this overwhelm you. Just figure out what do you really want and then talk to your upline leaders so we can help you get there. Now, as we're talking about all these numbers, 600 PSQV and filling the different buckets and making commission, I want you to understand what all those numbers are based on. So let's see, I'm going to toggle over here again to share my screen with you. And let's see here. All the numbers I've been talking about are based off of your CV. That's the commissionable value. Every product we offer has a commissionable value. So this document, there's one for the United States and one for Canada, the product pricing and volume catalog. So I would suggest going into Pulse, log into Pulse, go into the BizDev library, and just search the word catalog. When this comes up, print a couple of them out. I like to have a couple on hand so that they're always accessible to me. But then I also just keep this document pulled up on my phone and on my iPad. So if I'm ever meeting with someone or talking with them, I have the prices all handy because not only does this show you the CV, but it also shows you the preferred customer price of every product as well as their full retail price of every product. So you can scroll through and see that it goes through everything we carry and talks about the different pricing guidelines. So what you'll see is the CV value is what builds your PSQV, but the PC price is what your preferred customers are going to pay. This is also nice if you ever want to figure out how much did you actually earn on a product. You can figure it out really easily here. So let's take the very first line, the redefine regimen. You can see the preferred customer price is $174, but the CV is $145. So to figure out your wholesale retail markup, you would take the difference between the PC price and the CV price. So in this instance, you're looking at $29 that you've made. And then in addition, you would add the commission, either 10% or 15% off of the CV value, 145. That's how much you would make then selling a redefine regimen. So once you see it that way, it becomes pretty easy to understand how we get paid and understand all the different things that are available to us. All right, so hopefully that gave you a better picture of our promotions, the different pay options out there, and how to make the most of all of that. The last things I want you to understand, though, are how can you benefit from some of our extra programs? So we start with Fast Start, which I explained to you is based on level 2 and level 3. If you're still within your first 3 months in business or your first 6 months in business, these are really important goals to focus on. We have lots of people on our team who have earned these bonuses, and let me tell you, it's pretty sweet to get a $995 bonus in your paycheck. So the first thing you want to focus on is hitting level 2. Remember, that means 2 direct business partners who've made it to EC. To get there, you're going to have to talk to more than 2 people, because I almost guarantee the first 2 people you ask are not going to say yes. So pick at least your top 5. Who do you think would be best on your team? Who should join you as some of your top leaders? Think about it this way. If you were starting a multi-million-dollar company, who would you want in the top 2 seats? And hopefully you've got more than just 1 or 2 names. Come up with your names and then talk to your upline leader about how to reach out to those people. What do you say? What's the right wording? How do you approach this? I guarantee they've got experience at this. They can share with you what they would say. Then look at the calendar and figure out when do you need to get there in order to earn the bonus. They can help you look at what was your month 1, what's your month 2, what's your month 3, so that you're on the right track. Keep in mind, even if you miss the first goal of level 2 by the end of your 3rd month, you can still earn the second goal of level 3 by the end of your 6th month. They don't cancel each other out. Fast Start is just like the rest of this business. It's just a numbers game. The people are out there. I promise you, there are people who want this business, who are going to benefit from it. It's your job to find them. When I first started, I remember one of the trainings I was on, they had this great analogy. They said that almost every successful organization has 3 or 4 key consultants who they're the leaders, they grow, they're big. So what if I told you that I was going to bury 4 bricks of gold in your backyard? And you knew without a doubt I had put the bricks of gold back there. There was no doubt they were there. So let's say you go out tomorrow and you start digging holes. And you dig 2 or 3 or 10 holes and you don't find anything. Would you stop? I hope not, because you know the money's there. You know I put that money there, right? You know I put the gold in your backyard. My guess is you know I put it there, you would dig and dig and dig until you found it. The same is true with this business. The people are out there. Don't stop at the first 2 or 3 or 10 or 15 people you talk to. It just means you haven't found them yet. It doesn't mean they don't exist. So keep looking, keep digging. That is what will help you earn these Fast Start bonuses. The final extra that I want to share with you is Lead the Way. So Lead the Way is just a fun program that helps us celebrate some smaller milestones along the way to our bigger milestones. So this program is basically, we all have some big goals. You want to be level 2, level 3, level 5. You want to earn the free car. Maybe for you, it's not about levels. Maybe it's paychecks. I want a $1,000 paycheck, a $2,000, $5,000. I want my husband to be able to quit his job. I want to quit my job. Whatever those goals are for you, they're big. And chances are they're going to take a little time to reach. So Lead the Way helps us break it down into some smaller goals that still make this business fun and reward you for doing the work that's going to get you the big stuff. So here's how it works. We just started a new program of Lead the Way. It runs from August 1st to January 31st. So you've got all the way till the end of January to earn this. And there are 3 ways that you earn miles. Now you use the miles to buy prizes, not buy, to unlock prizes. So the first way you earn miles is preferred customers. For every 10 PC orders in a month, you will get 2 miles. After that, for every 5 preferred customer orders in a month, you'll get another mile. So 10 orders unlocks the first 2 miles, and then every 5 additional orders is another mile. You can also earn miles based on consultants. For every 2 consultants that you recruit in a month, you get 2 miles. Each additional consultant is another mile. So 4 consultants in a month, 4 miles. 5 consultants in a month, 5 miles. 1 consultant, no miles. You have to have at least 2 to start earning. The final way you can earn miles is through leadership. If you help your direct consultants achieve milestones, you get 1 mile for each milestone that they achieve. Now, here's the really fun part for all of you who are new. New consultants get double miles their first 3 months. So again, that person we talked about who joined July 25th, July, August, September, she's going to earn double miles on all of her activity. All right, so you're probably thinking, well, that's really nice, but why do I need miles? Well, let me show you some of the stuff you can earn. I'm going to turn the screen share on again. So this is the Lead the Way flyer that you can find in the Business Development Library. As you scroll down to this, what you'll see is that each milestone you unlock fun new prizes. So the first milestone is milestone 1. You need 5 miles to unlock milestone 1. And then you get to pick between Rodan & Fields thank you cards, a branded tote with a mini cooler, a journal, or a keychain. Then milestone 2 has 15 miles. You've got things like a blanket, a wireless keyboard, a necklace. Milestone 3, 30 miles. You've got some wireless earbuds from Beats, a Kate Spade tote, or a branded suitcase. Keeps on going. Milestone 4, 45 miles. You can get a new computer, a nice bracelet. Milestone 5, 60 miles, gets you a luxury trip. The location hasn't been announced yet. It'll come out in a few weeks, but I guarantee you this trip will be absolutely incredible. So that's what the miles get you. That's why it's worthwhile to start focusing on Lead the Way. But the other cool thing to understand is that with Lead the Way, you're being rewarded just for doing your work. It's going to grow your paycheck anyway, but it forces you to look at it a little differently and say, wow, if I got 9 orders, I'm going to go find that 10th because I want those miles. So use Lead the Way to help you stay focused on what's going to keep you growing. Other details on Lead the Way: prizes are cumulative. So if you, let's say you get all the way up to milestone 3, you will get the prizes for milestone 1, 2, and 3. And you get them as you earn them, which is really fun to get those goodies in the mail. So what I want you to do with Lead the Way is go in and set up your profile. Go to rfleadtheway.com or log into Pulse, go to your dashboard, and there's a shortcut there that says Lead the Way. Set up your profile. So you're going to use your same password that you use to get into Pulse, and go in and it'll let you pick what prizes do you want at each level. And it'll also let you set your goals. How many preferred customer orders and how many consultants do you want to be adding each month? Be sure to map out your progress. There's actually printables in there. You can print it out, stick it up on your desk so that you've got something to motivate you. And share your goals with your upline because they want to help you hit those milestones too. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to maximize your paycheck and also make the most of the fun bonuses and incentives we have out there. I've got some homework for you, and I've incorporated it into the training already, but I just want to remind you and highlight what it is. Number 1, decide if you're working on earning a kit bonus. If you are, you need to tell your upline that this is your goal. She can help you stay focused and help you make sure that the activity you're doing translates into what you need to do to earn that KIT bonus. Number 2, identify your top 5 potential new consultants. Whether you're working on a KIT bonus or not, to maximize our pay plan, you want to at least be a level 2 leader. So brainstorm reach out options with your upline and start working towards level 2. And homework number 3, set up your Lead the Way profile. I'm telling you, it's so much fun when FedEx comes to your door and gives you a little gift just for doing your job. So share with your upline what your Lead the Way goal is so that she can help you achieve those milestones. Again, I'm going to end like I started with a reminder that what really is going to help you find those bars of gold in your backyard is not all these nuts and bolts that I've shared with you. It's talking to people. So put these into place, figure out what your goals are so that you can build a strong paycheck, but then get right back to the income producing activities of talking to people, having events, 3-way calls, and going out and meeting with people. That's what's going to help you grow, and that's what's going to help you build fantastic paychecks now and far into the future. Thanks so much for your time. Take care.